Hey everybody, before I start this video I wanted to chat with you guys. Ignore the wind, it's very windy today. So lately I've seen a lot of new viewers on the channel, which I appreciate a lot, and I've been seeing a lot of new comments, and it made me just want to make a video saying thank you guys for everybody that watches my videos, comments, likes, all that stuff. It means a lot to me, especially when you subscribe. I got 2,900 now. I didn't even think I'd get anywhere close to that when I started, so it's pretty sweet. And I wanted to make this video to have some good news, some bad news, and then we'll get to this old beauty right here. But we'll start off with the bad news. Bad news is farming's slowing down right now. We haven't had enough rain to get a good second crop of hay, so we might have to do other little things like work on tractors and other stuff like that. Less field work, which I know you guys like, but I can't do anything about it. I could try to go to my cousin's farm. I know he's not done with field work yet, but it'll be a little slow for the field work videos, and I can't really do much about that. I can't just go dig up a hayfield with a plow. So sorry about that. And now that we got the food plots in, I can't just go test the discs and stuff on that stuff. So bad news is the field work will be a little slow lately, but other than that, everything's going pretty good. And then the good news is, all because of you guys, my channel has been monetized by YouTube. So now my ads that you see that are annoying, that I don't put them in, but they play in front of my video sometimes, they make me a little tiny bit of money now. It's not a lot, but it is some, and it makes everything makes it kind of cool that I get little tiny bits of money for making cool videos on the stuff I like. I haven't got paid by it yet, and I'm not making this channel as a way to get paid. It's just an extra bonus, and it's all thanks to you guys, and all that money will go back into the channel. Like this tractor has some issues, and if I need little parts, they'll go back into that. It won't go other places because it's the money I earn from you guys being awesome. So I'm going to put it back right into these things and make the channel better, maybe get a better camera other than my phone and a better mic and stuff. Eventually, I'm not making the big bucks yet. I'm just making little money, but it's better than nothing. So I do appreciate you guys a lot, and that's awesome. So yeah, and then I would like to thank a few viewers just for being always commenting on stuff. Kevin, thank you for all your comments. I really like hearing from you. Pine's Edge, he's another YouTuber. You should go check him out. He's a pretty cool guy. I got a lot of ideas from him, and he posts videos pretty frequently too. He's a cool guy. He's a local guy too. I've never met him, but I could tell he's cool. And then Mark Young, he always comments. He's been there since the first video, so that's pretty cool. And then all the new viewers, there's too many to count. Those are just the ones off the top of my head. I didn't script this or anything. I'm just coming out here to talk. And then all the viewers that have watched from the swatting video and the combining video and the gleaner video. Those videos did pretty well, bringing in new viewers. So I'd like to welcome you guys to the channel. And this is the first time I've ever said this. My name is Brady. So all the people that comment and stuff, I don't think I've ever said my name in a video. So I'm Brady. And this is our family farm here in central Minnesota. So yeah, without further ado, and I'll shut up and we'll look over this cool tractor. So this tractor, I've known about it. It's not completely new to me. I've seen it around. It's been here at the farm in the backgrounds and stuff, but it belonged to my Uncle Dan, and he traded me some work. I'm gonna do some work for him, and he said I could have this tractor in return because he has no use for it. So this is a 1927 Farmall regular. I know it's the wrong color, it's red, but it's got some sentimental value being red. The hood and all the sheet metal was painted by my late great uncle Richie, so he painted that. I don't want to paint over that. Besides, I think it looks nicer red anyways. And my Uncle Dan did the frame. I think he just did the expensive spray paint, but that's better than brushing it on. In my opinion, it doesn't leave the streaks. But the frame is enamel spray painted, and the sheet metal was painted by a paint gun. So it was restored in, I'll put the date here, I can't remember, but I have pictures of it I'll also show you. They'll be up on the screen right here. But yeah, this is a 1927 Farmall regular. So the first Farmall ever made, well, not this one, but you know what I mean. It was the 14,000th and 622nd Farmall ever produced by International Harvester. These, you know, they're pretty bare bones tractor. You got the open steering, nothing protecting that from dirt. You got the cables to help steer. You got a lever for the brake, which is gonna take some getting used to. That's on only one side. There's not one on the other side, and this only brakes this side wheel, so that's a little strange. Clutch is pretty normal, pretty standard, But here's where it gets weird. So this one was outfitted with an F20 manifold. So normally these would come out the bottom and have a weird looking exhaust thing. It was like just a weird hole looking thing, and it would blow the exhaust out here. But this one has an F20 manifold, so it goes out the top. So someone cut the sheet metal and put a muffler on it, which I like because I think regulars with the goofy thing down there look a little goofy. Even though this isn't the right way, it's painted wrong anyway, so I don't really care. It has the original International Harvester carburetor on it, which from what I've heard, these aren't necessarily the funnest thing to mess with. It's got the cable steering up here. As you can see, these are disconnected because it had a fight with the radiator, so that will need to be replaced or repaired. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with it yet. We have a ton of F20 radiators laying around that still have coolant in them from God knows when, so I think I might just replace it if I find one in good condition. It has the open steering like I mentioned. This one is magneto, obviously. 4 cylinders, oil filter here. It does have a oil, I don't know if this was on all of them, but it has that, oil pressure gauge. This is where your engine oil goes in, I think. That's where it goes into my M. There is a crank with this, but it's on the F30 now. That one had some trouble with the video on that one, so I don't think that's going to come out anytime soon. It just needs parts that I don't have access to. This is where your crank and tools go. It has a sediment bowl. This is a rusty gas tank in there in the bottom, so I'm going to probably clean that out. As you can see, there's no F20 decal because it's regular, or it's a Farmall. There's no, people call it a regular because it's the regular Farmall, but it should just be called Farmall. It has, I think it has 3 gears. Don't quote me. I think it has 1, 2, 3 reverse. I think. Don't quote me on that. This looks like it could be something. That's just a place to rest your foot. It has a belt pulley. Cat on here or something. There's a belt pulley way down in the bottom. It has brand new tires on it from when they restored it whenever, and they aren't like Firestones or anything, but they're based off of Firestone. You can see with the thing. I think they're just some kind of, there's some foreign tire, but who cares if they have that much tread? I don't care. I'm not picky. Go around to the back here. Super wide drawbar. Looks very goofy if you're used to an M and H. It has a PTO down there, believe it or not. It has a PTO shaft down there, or a PTO coupler down there. That's pretty wild to me. I didn't realize that they had PTOs back then, but more than you know. That's the rear end pumpkin right there. It's a little dusty. I'm gonna give it a bath here in a second. Steering wheel, very comfy cast iron on there. Seat, very comfortable cast iron seat. So that's awesome. It has the drop downs, all F20s and those tractors up to the H's and stuff had those. The F12s and F14s didn't, but these older tractors, they had the drop down axles. It has cut off steel wheels. I'm pretty sure because the welds on there look like a farmer did it. So I'm sure that's what happened. Front tires are Firestones, but they're old and cracked. I'm gonna leave them on there. This isn't gonna be, obviously isn't gonna be a main tractor. It's a 100-year-old, a 99-year-old tractor. So it has the, this is a gasoline tank, and this is a distillate tank back then, or tractor fuel. So this would have been your main cruddy, junky fuel. That's hard to start on these engines. And this is where your gas would have went in, and you would have opened this to start it. So when you're crank starting it, you would have put the gasoline in here, and then started on gas, and then when it warmed up, switch it over to distillate or tractor fuel. All right, now the downsides on the tractor. This manifold, the gasket leaks, so it doesn't start from the crank. You have to pull start it. And it's an exhaust manifold that's 100 years old, so it has, you know, issues with the bolts. They look a little ratted out. Not like someone's been on there, but it's been replaced at least once. But those look sketchy. I'm gonna have to heat those up to take those off to put the manifold gasket on there. Can't speak. I'm gonna have to take those off to put the manifold gasket on there, which is gonna be a lot of work. I can't imagine this thing is light. So yeah, and then the carburetor, Grandpa said it leaked a lot. It ran nice right when they restored it, before it had the leak in the radiator and the leak on the manifold gasket. And we have a manifold gasket, so that's not going to be an issue to source. Also, if you guys know anything, you know that this would have a cork float in it that's been replaced with the float out of a lawnmower carburetor. So that might need to be addressed a little bit. I don't know if it runs good with that or not, but from everything I've heard from my Uncle Dan and my grandpa, they said that it started up nice and it ran good, and it was really quiet in the rear end, where a lot of these tractors have really bad noise. I don't know why, but it really looks like it's sitting downhill right now. I think it sits downhill a little bit, but that really exaggerates it. But yeah, that's my Farmall regular, 1927. Within the first 20,000 Farmalls ever made, so that's pretty neat. It's a cool tractor. I'd like to find a 2-bottom plow for it. And I have that 7-foot drag disc that would be perfect behind this thing. And I'd like to rake hay with it one time. So, but yeah, I'll set up the camera and I will make this less dusty. Man, the only cosmetics I'm gonna have to do to this thing is touch up the rust on the rims a little bit. But man, that paint came right back once you got all the dust off of it. Nice looking paint. Let's do the other side. My uncle bought this from a city, or from a town, area around a town called Sandstone, Minnesota. He got it out of a guy had a parts lot, I think, is the way it sounded like. And it was in a barn that fell in, so it was covered up for many years. And he bought it for $500. He drug it back here where my grandpa and them always liked restoring all these older ones back then. Back when it was viable and the prices were pretty reasonable and stuff was readily available for parts. I mean, it still is, but it's expensive. But anyways, yeah, they started working on it, and they thought for sure the engine was going to be stuck because the tires were rotted off. There was trees growing through it inside of the barn, so they thought, oh, the engine's going to be stuck because it sat here for God knows how long. And he put the crank on it, and once you believe it, the engine turned over. So the engine wasn't stuck. I wonder if it was ever stuck on this tractor. Probably not, being that it sat there for that long and wasn't stuck. So I'm guessing it was never stuck. The first thing I want to tackle on this thing is the exhaust manifold gasket replacement. I don't know if these are gonna play nice. These are pretty rusted up. I have been soaking them in WD-40 for the last 5 days or so, but I don't know. It's gonna be a crapshoot, I think. I might have to get an induction heater and heat them up. All right, I moved the tractor in front of the shed to work on it. I'm gonna try to bust these loose today. Not off, just see if I can get them loose. I think it moved a little tiny bit. Maybe not. I think it's going. Yeah, it's loose. I don't think it's moving the whole stud either, so that's good. All right, this one looks troublesome, so hopefully it goes well. I'm praying that it works like I did on the other one. Now, this one's going to prove to be a little more difficult, huh? Again, I don't want to bust off the stud. This one's going to be tricky. It looks stuck. I guess we could try this one. This one and that one look like they have way newer bolts on them, so I'm guessing this one might be a little less pain. Yeah, there we go. That one's already moving, so. That's crazy how much more difficult those ones can be. Alright, let's try this last one before we resort to the torch. I don't know if I'm going to do that today either, so. Yeah, these two are your typical looking exhaust manifold bolts. They're just deformed. I think I moved it a little bit. Either that or it's slipping in the socket. I can't tell. I think it might be moving. Oh my god, dude, are you kidding me? See, that's why. Shoot, I wasn't even pushing on it that hard. I don't think that was ever in a world that was going to come out of there, though. Shoot. Should have put heat on it. Alright, I went in the house and did some research. It looks like a lot of people had this issue in the past, and as far as I can tell, that was never gonna come out of there. So, studs are $4 to $10. I've seen prices on them, so I am not too worried. I just gotta figure out how to get that thing out of there. This one will be trouble too. I might try heating that one up. I wasn't even pushing that hard. I didn't think I could break it off pushing that hard, so yeah, we'll have to see. But that's where we'll stop there for today. It's not that big a deal, I guess, because I don't think there's a world where this came off without breaking the stud off, or at least damaging it. And I think that one's going to be the same way. These ones, I don't know. These are yet to be seen, but this, yeah, it's not an unheard of problem. So $4 stud, new one, put it in and be good to go. So yeah, well, that wasn't a great ending to the video, but you know, it is what it is. Things happen. It's 100 years old. What did you expect? So, but yeah, see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.